Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now we move to session 4, the blessing of knowledge. The question has been, why is the first blessing mentioned by the Quran after the creation of the human being was teaching? And why does the Quran specifically mention names? Are they simply the names of objects? Or is the Quran pointing us towards something much deeper? Well, in reality, whenever we give something a name, we recognize what that thing is. We distinguish it from everything else by giving him or it a name. We relate it to other things and we make it part of an organized system of knowledge. Thus, the ability to name is in reality the ability to think. Imagine a small child. Before learning the names of things, the child sees colors, shapes, and movement, but cannot yet organize the world into meaningful concepts. Then, words begin to appear suddenly. He started to say dad, mom, father, mother, home. Words do not merely describe reality, they enable the mind to understand it, to organize it, and to build relationships between its parts. This is why God made teaching the beginning of humanity's honor. Because knowledge is what distinguishes human beings from all other creatures. There many creatures are stronger than us. Some are faster, others adapt to harsh environments far better than we do. But humanity possesses a unique gift, the ability to build knowledge, preserve it, and pass it from one generation to the next. Here we arrive at another important truth about language. Language is not simply a tool for communication. It is the vessel of thought. The richer a person's language becomes, the richer that person's thinking can become. This explains why the Quran pays such extraordinary attention to language. Its words, the words in the Quran, are chosen with remarkable precision. Its vocabulary is interconnected through carefully constructed root systems. Every word occupies its exact place in building meaning. Thus, throughout this series, we will return repeatedly to the language of the Quran because language is one of the primary keys to understanding its message. There is also another dimension that is equally important. When God taught Adam, Adam did not keep that knowledge for himself. He became capable of teaching others, and that is how human civilization began. Each generation builds upon what it has inherited from those before it. Without language and without education, every generation would have to begin life from zero. Language preserves knowledge. It translates and transmits knowledge. It expands knowledge, and in doing so, it becomes the foundation of civilization itself. Now, notice one of the remarkable patterns within the Quran. The story of humanity begins with the words, "And he taught Adam the names of all things. وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها." Then, thousands of years later, the final revelation to humanity begins with a command, "Read, اقرأ." Reflect on this sequence. The first gift given to humanity was knowledge. The first command given to the final community was reading. Then, among the earliest chapters revealed to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, we encounter another remarkable opening. في سورة تبدأ نون والقلم وما يسطرون, says, by the pen and what they write. How extraordinary this progression is. Teaching to Adam, then reading to Muhammad, then the pen and writing to all humanity. The divine message seems to announce from its very beginning that the community entrusted with this Quran is meant to be a community of knowledge, a community that reads, and a community that writes. A community that preserves knowledge and share it and use it to build both human character and civilization. This is not merely a beautiful literary sequence. It is the methodology upon which the final revelation is built. Unfortunately, early Muslims did not pay attention to such guidance. In addition, the Quran is not calling for just any kind of language or knowledge. It calls for knowledge that leads us to know God, to understand ourselves, to behave on the earth responsibly, and to establish justice. But beware, knowledge without guidance can become a tool of corruption. History has shown us that scientific advancement alone does not guarantee moral progress. For this reason, the Quran consistently joins together three inseparable qualities: knowledge with wisdom and faith. In our next session, we will continue exploring the subject of language, but from another perspective. What exactly is language? Thank you for joining me in this session. God bless you and see you next time.